Being the witch of the neighborhood is a delightful task. I always have random strangers knocking on my door for a tarot reading, a birth chart consultation, or for a spell. Also, kids of the neighborhood are really curious about my practice, so they show up at my door with any random excuse. Sometimes they say they want to play with the dog, they want to see my fairy house, but deep inside, I know what they want. They want to stir my cauldron. This is my young apprentice. She's a kid from the neighborhood, and she used to come here and play with my fairy house, with my tarot decks, and help me stir my cauldron. So she asked me to teach her magic and witchcraft, and her parents were okay with that. So now she comes at least once a week, and I teach her how to make potions, moon water, sun water, how to mix the right herbs, perform simple rituals, and do simple spells. We have consecrated all her tools and her ceremonial robes, and she's really good. She's especially gifted when it comes to healing herbs. She's now 9 years old, so if she continues like this, by the time she's my age, she's going to be a very powerful magician. And isn't it what all teachers want? That eventually the disciple becomes better than the teacher? I am in the moment teaching her that true magic starts in the mind first. It starts even before any ingredient goes in the cauldron. We're making a bottle to a neighbor that she also knows. I am telling her first how to infuse the water with intent and how to activate the intent as we stir, and how to use her wand that we have also previously consecrated. I think wands are great tools for kids to learn how to direct the energy, because it's easier for them when they have something to touch, and then eventually she can learn how to do it with her mind. Now she can do it by herself. The most important lesson one has to learn as a sorcerer is to understand death as an inherent part of life. I sometimes like to take my apprentice to the local cemetery to get her acquainted with the impermanence of the universe. Every occultist needs to feel comfortable with the beings that belong in the invisible realms, and this is a good place to establish a connection and learn not to fear. Also, the cemetery is the best place to collect magical ingredients, such as graveyard dirt. We are looking for a grave to collect dirt from. Here looks like a good spot. This is where the Freemasons are buried, and this dirt provides a powerful source of energy. I, of course, teach her how to do it respectfully, and we ask permission first. Then we get some dirt in a jar and use it in a spell later. Now I'm in the local shop looking for some more ingredients. Here is a puppet that we can customize for a spell, but I don't need this one today. Pemba. I always use Pemba in my spells. It's quite cheap actually. Perfume de boto. Alright, this is a river dolphin scent, and It's an attraction oil. Centipede powder. It causes divorce and separation. I actually don't need that one either. And in case you want somebody to be obsessed with you, this is called pó de amarração. And, you know, it makes somebody obsessively in love with you. Also, a mini casket if you want your enemy to die. And if you don't want to kill anybody, there is always the Buddhas. In nights of full moon, the kids of the neighborhood like to come here and offer candles to my fairies. They seem to be mesmerized by my fairy house. And, of course, it's my job to get the kids entertained at night with my Ouija boards.